All right, this popped up. Surprising, not too surprising, but I normally don't like to do like big relationship videos because I try to stay out of that muck. But this is by my dude, Coach Adams, Coach Greg Adams. Looks like there's trouble in paradise over with Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. The couple that sung. What was that song she had? My man, my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby. Be a little nosy, man. Let's see what happened with that.
We gonna do a recap. If y'all don't know, apparently Megan Thee Stallion, all right, they call her Megan Thee Stallion, which I'm gonna tell you, man, my own personal preference.
She ain't really no stallion.
I don't see what you see in Megan Thee Stallion. I don't see
plain ass looking.
Maybe I gotta see her in person, but she's not my type. You know what I mean? I got a certain type I like to flow with. You know what I mean? I don't care. You can not have a lot of cake, but if the face card ain't hitting, I ain't gonna be sweating like that. You know what I mean? The face card ain't hitting like that. Plus, you can put Tory Lanez in jail all lying and
face card ain't really.
Okay.
I mean, this is not really. I ain't trying to be mean or nothing, but she mid. You know what I mean? You can tell without the makeup, she mid. She look, kind of tomboyish. The face is and then in the body is kind of a 7. She kind of look like an average. I mean, she from H-Town, and I guarantee you that there's at least 100,000 chicks in A-Town that is just, working at Walmart or singing the church choir or got their own hair salon banging her than Megan Thee Stallion. She just kind of caught a break with the music and things like that. So, that's how that goes. People kind of, she's enamored because she's famous, but she ain't all that. To me, she about a 6, dolled up. She about a 7, I
don't see it. You know what I mean? Y'all might see it, but I don't see it. Plus, I'm not a big fan of wigs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it. Like, I don't say I wouldn't smash or nothing, but I don't see all the hype.
Oh, yeah.
I don't see the
smash quality. I don't think we really understand that. Smash quality, you just got to not be hideous. You know what I'm saying? And a nigga was smashed. So, you'll have these average looking chicks thinking that because niggas is trying to smash and they in the inbox that they fire and all that. They don't really understand the low hanging fruit, the low entry level for a man to get his dick wet. You just have to not be hideous and not have nothing that can't be cleared up. And that's it. For most single men, as long as you ain't hideous looking and, maybe, you don't have any diseases, I guess you can't tell by looking. Most single guys, if you make yourself available, it's going. That's why you can't be a player as a female. Because niggas are too easy. What happened? Back 10 seconds.
Okay, but I don't see it. You know what I mean? Y'all might see it, but I don't see it. Plus, I'm not a big fan of wigs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see it. Like, I don't say I wouldn't smash or nothing, but I don't see all the hype. I don't see the hype. But what happens is, and the dynamics of psychology is that when people are like that, people have hope for people that look like them to be successful. And this is another sample because what happens is there's a lot of women that look like Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? Kind of a 4 in the face,
NBA player.
They're 8 in the waist. They got a little cake in the back, and then a lot of women want to root for her because they look like her. You know what I mean? They look like her. So if a person like her can get a top tier man, then that means then they should be able to get a top tier man. All they got to do is wear the right makeup and hair, and they're good because they a lot of 4 in the face, a lot of pit bulls in the face, right? But women got a lot of cake, a lot of junk. So a lot of people were rooting for her to be able to come and get it out of the mud, get it out of Jay Prince's mob ties. All right, and then rise to the top and get a top tier man. They were rooting for her. She not light skinned with green eyes. You know what I mean?
She came out to rap and lock camp.
All of that.
Jay Prince. I wasn't sure how she got on.
They were rooting for her, a lot of people who looked like her. And what had happened was Klay, on his last leg, literally, got with Megan Thee Stallion. Now, here's the deal. We've been telling you that top-tier men can exercise their options. He got reach. Like, just because he's successful doesn't mean he's going to be like, I'll be faithful to her, because really, she's not that attractive. She probably performed well in the bed, but apparently not. I mean, she had a song called WAP. But that WAP ain't all of that. That WAP ain't all of that.
That WAP don't change nothing. That WAP don't give you no leverage. Right? You know, some of these young modern women think that, you know, they pussy have leverage or pussy power. It don't. It don't have that much leverage. You know, once we chew up all the bubble gum, you know what I mean? Especially with somebody like Klay, you know, just the amount of assets and opportunities, options that he would have at his level of income, you know what I mean? He gonna get Megan Thee Stallions in every city, you know what I mean? So it's probably a novelty because she's a recording artist and they dating for a little bit, but you know, I hope she wasn't thinking he was finna just, you know, give up the, you know, his other options. Or he may even just stay, he can just remain a bachelor. He didn't have to succumb, you know, to any of her, what she thinks is leverage. That wet ass pussy don't have no leverage. Pussy get beat up. You know what I'm saying? And when you get beat up, you don't run nothing. You know what I'm saying? That's the mantra I've always had. You know what I mean? So, you know what I'm saying? You can't run nothing getting beat up. So pussy don't got no leverage. It don't got no power.
The WAP don't mean another woman don't got that WAP. She might have had the cactus out here. She might have had the cactus.
Your shit is dry.
Like, bro, I got reach all over the place. Plus, a man can date a woman 18 to 55, rich, broke, all right, a joke on her last leg or whatnot. It don't matter. Klay got reach. But can she get another Klay? Can she get another Klay? Can she get another man that is in that top tier echelon? The answer is nope. Nah, she can't. She can get him to dunk on her in that WAP, but she can't get another man to commit to her like Klay. That was her one and done.
One and done.
So in the end, what had happened was they went on a whirlwind romance, blasting all of this so-called black fake-ass love. I called it fake like a long time ago. I was like, this is a fake relationship. This ain't no real relationship.
Yeah.
It Klay ain't that much of a desperado. Okay? He ain't that desperate. But everybody was out there, he SIMPing. You can't say that on Twitch, but he had SIMPing. And I was keeping my eye on Klay. I was like, let me see what he doing out here.
You can't say sipping on Twitch?
He was out there tossing out some Beckys. I guarantee you he had to go get some Beckys because look, shout out to Michael Thompson, former forward of the Los Angeles Lakers, #1 draft pick. He liked white women. You know what I mean? You know, his daddy. Where the white women at? His daddy like white women. That's why Klay looking like he looking. And you know Klay like white women.
Hey, where are the white women at?
He could not be going to that brown that much. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, as a person that loves all 31 flavors, sometimes you ain't, you know, you can't just, you know, if he used to pink toes, he can't just be out there trying to wreck that brown like that, you know?
Where the white women
Don't
at?
at me at it. I'm just letting you know. Klay Mama white. So, Klay Mama white. So at the end of the day,
I am so happy and grateful.
So he got a connection to the snow bunny. His mama white.
Klay really wants some snow. He wants some pink toes. And shout out to Tyler Halliburton. This is his name, Tyler Halliburton. His name is Tyler. Everybody thought he was black and should be going with black women. All right, he from Wisconsin. His mama white. So you already know what time it is.
I am so happy and grateful that the Lord has blessed me to play in some
You
snow.
saw Tyler Halliburton. Came out, was like, yeah, my mama white. I'm from Wisconsin, so it's time to play Tyrese. His name is. I don't know why I called him Tyler, but he looks like a Tyler.
Oh, yeah, Tyrese Halliburton.
It's Tyrese Halliburton. He was like,
Where the white women at?
he was like, I just can't be down with the brown. It just don't get me up like that. But them pink toes.
Hey, where are the white women at?
Trust me. I know this is not saying that's the case, but I'm just letting you know. Sometimes when you're used to a certain thing, you know what I mean? You can't go back. Once you go white, you done what's right. Just
Hey, where are the white women at?
once you go, well, in this case, They tried to fool you and act like this was a real relationship.
Nah.
They tried to fool you and say this was a real relationship, and I got the proof. And I done told y'all, stop following these women that want to tell you that this is a real relationship and he really loves her. He really loves her. He sprung on her. He can't get enough of that WAP. He loved them cakes, and he sprung. And I was like, nah. But I was watching, though. I was looking. I was like, let me see, Klay. Don't mess up. Don't mess up. Let me show you something what they tried to tell y'all in this latest PsyOps relationship right here. Let's show you some videos. Oh, they done took them off the internet now. I have queued up. But apparently right here, they tried to dress up all like a black Barbie and Ken. Look at this. They tried to dress up like a black Barbie and Ken. Had y'all out here thinking they was in a real loving relationship. They
trying to stare longingly in each other's eyes, you know, trying to. Woo!
He was gonna fall in love with this Stallion. That she could be herself. See, this is what they want you to believe. That she could be herself and not change much about herself.
And
not try to get, not try to refine herself, not try to be a better person. Just straight out the hood, straight hood model. And he was gonna take her and elevate her up in status and move her to the community in the suburb.
Yeah, to his point right there, you know, because I don't want to celebrate people breaking up, you know, but I think it should be a lesson to, you know, society and women like Megan that what you do in your past, it can lower your keeper status, you know, like Greg Adams is saying, you know, she was an inspiration to all the thoughts that thought they could still get a rich, you know, man to commit to them regardless of their past and things like that. And the truth really shows that normally it's short-lived. You know what I'm saying? The reality of it is you're going to get with the man that's probably going to want to be with you for a little while to kind of enjoy a little situation slip or fling. But, you know, you ain't the type to bring it. Your behavior, you know what I'm saying, is not the type to bring around his family like that. You know what I'm saying? To keep like that. You know, y'all gonna cosplay and look like y'all going to the prom and everything. But in reality, it's short-lived. One of the biggest reasons is your past has no discretion. It has no exclusivity, right? Whether you are just rapping and it's in your music or you really living a thought-like life. No man is honored by walking down the aisle to a woman who everybody can see online. Everybody can see her ass cheeks, her booty hole and her coochie. You know what I'm saying? Online now. You know what I mean? So you become, at best, you know, to the best men, a plaything for a while. And then back to the sea you go. It's harsh, but I think, because I have a daughter, it's a lesson to be learned that there is a place for modesty with women. As a matter of fact, you're more powerful when you're modest, exclusive. Women in the past honored their exclusivity. We don't think you're a total virgin, but what you do is exclusive and discreet. Discretion should be at the top of your game if you're a woman, is discretion. Right? Because you give some curiosity. You give men some curiosity about what's going on in your bedroom. Now, if I can log into your OnlyFans or log in online and see you and all your undress, then the curiosity about you is gone. And at best, I'm going to wait in line for my turn to kind of wax that ass, you know, because I saw it online and stuff like that. But actually, you know what I'm saying, committing to you as my woman, that dishonors me as a man. It makes me look stupid. You know? And so this is kind of the end of that. And she was kind of a hopeful, you know, she kind of, the thoughts had hope. You know what I'm saying? Oh, she got her a good one. She got her a Russell Simmons. No, what was it? I'm fucking it up. Russell Wilson. I'm talking about Russell Simmons. She got her a Russell Wilson. You see, it is men out there that don't care about your past. All men care about his future wife's past. Right? It says a lot about a woman who, because the obvious, question is, if you didn't have any discretion in the past, what makes me think you're going to have any discipline while you're with me? Right? It's like going out for a job and they're going to ask you about your past. And if you walked off on the last job and flipped the tables over and left a bad impression on your last couple of jobs, what's going to make us think you ain't going to do the same thing here? So you lose credibility with a new man if, you've got a poor reputation with men or a thottish reputation with men. You lose credibility. Now, you still available for, a little slam dunk, but keeper status, that ship sailed. Damn, this should take a long time.
And have her
Go back 15 seconds.
not try to get, not try to refine herself, not try to be a better person, just straight out the hood, straight hood model. And he was going to take her and elevate her up in status and move her to the community in the suburbs and have her out sitting in the front row of basketball games. They made y'all believe he was going to take this unrefined, and don't be mad at me because she defines herself as that. Yep. That he was going to take this unrefined woman and make her a proper wife. And what these people try to do is they try to make you believe that somebody's just going to come up from the top rung of society and go all the way down to the bottom, to the mud, over there in Fifth Ward in Houston.
Well, that's what the movies show. Like I say normally, that's what the romantic comedies show. That's what the fairy tales show. The prince, that always finds the diamond in the rough. You know what I mean? But real life ain't the movies. Real life doesn't end with the credits and happily ever after. The reality of real life is that people normally date seriously on their economic level, right? And even though Megan Thee Stallion probably made a lot of money in rap, you know what I'm saying? Her money, she's way beneath him as far as economically. And then as far as class goes, you got to think about the circles that you run in when you a 9-figure, is it 9 figures? 9-figure nigga like Klay. And, you just can't be bringing riffraff around. In those circles, Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, Cardi B, just because they make money talking about they, WAP and shit, they don't put them in the upper echelons of society. See, she tried to even dress different while she was with him. Wear a little prom, little conservative dress, try to look more cleaned up. You know what I mean? But it wasn't passing. And eventually it ran its course.
And then just they try to make you believe that somebody's just going to come up from the top rung of society and go all the way down to the bottom, to the mud, over there in Fifth Ward in Houston, and then just...
Hey, don't disrespect Fifth now.
Just bring her all the way up and accept her how she is. And he just happy the way she is, and he don't want to change nothing about her. And she could just act ignorant and belligerent and like a strap. Let me show you. People want to make you believe that hood, this is like a hood Cinderella story.
That's what I said.
All right,
Cinderella.
But the clock struck midnight. I'm sorry.
Fairy tales, rom-coms.
Clock struck midnight. The hood Cinderella. Oh, you're just as good as where you are. You don't need to change how you are. Be just as ignorant, loud, and belligerent as you can.
And then the second line to that is if he don't accept you how you are, it's something wrong with him. He controlling. He manipulative. Nah, he got good sense about what makes sense in his life. By what dishonors his hard work to be walking around with as his wife. Right? We don't think about the other. You can be free to do whatever you want, but also you're gonna be scrutinized by future mates, especially men, with what they really want to have, as the mother of their children. Your past gonna be under inspection. I don't care what you say, think about it. he's a misogynist if he do that. He's controlling. He's a pig. All the things you want to use simply just ain't gonna go. He just ain't gonna take it. So, it's best, to stop listening to the Megans and the Cardis and the Glorrillas. It's 7 p.m. Friday. It's 95 degrees. I ain't got no nigga. Ain't no nigga. Ain't got. She ain't gonna have one either. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in what you want.
But guess what? Nope. Klay was like, I'm just kidding. Psych.
Psych, bitch.
Let me show you right here. This is what they tried to make you believe. That he was going to teach her how to play golf and shit. Look at this, bro. Look at this.
Yeah.
Klay teaching Meg how to play golf.
She got a golf shit
and
on.
She was just going to come out the strag mud after singing about WAP and out here doing this old devil's music that she was just going to learn how to play. Look, nah, it's too late, baby. Look, she missed it. Look, see? Exactly. Hey, you can take the person out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the person. See that? Unrefined. Shrag. No class. You thought she was going to last in Klay's world?
And it's always truth in a joke. It looked like they may have set this up to be kind of comedy, kind of a joke, kind of playing around, but the reality of it is the contrast shows. That's exactly probably, how she react in a lot of those social situations. A lot of those, and golf really ain't really a high class thing. A lot of people say, "Oh, golfing is." I understand a lot of people meet on the golf course. It's like a lot of people meet, in casinos and things like that. A lot of high net worth people meet, out there, and it's a good way to network and exchange business ideas. So there's a lot of high net worth people, out on the golf course. You know what I mean? But you can't bring around Meg Thee Stallion and then all somebody got to do is Google her name, watch her last couple videos, and then, you see her, what I'm saying? What was she grinding on? A snake in the WAP video? Her and Cardi B was grinding on a snake or some shit. This shit don't go well in that world.
Who was going to last in Klay's world with this? Klay saw this shit and was like, bruh, nope, she ain't gonna make it. I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. I'm trying to help her, but she ain't gonna make it. She ain't gonna make it. Look at her. Look, you can take the person out of the ghetto, but can't take the ghetto out of the person. And look, he was like, no, this is how you do it. This is a gentleman's game. This is a quiet game. You don't throw a fit, right? You do this. And look at her. She was like, I don't like this. It's too whack. It's too hot out here. It's too well. I can't do it. All right. Yep. It didn't work. He need to go get him a refined woman. See, this mindset that they're out here they're making you believe that high tier men go all the way down to the bottom and get women and then take them to the top however they are. This is false. This is not how it works. Now, he might go down to the bottom rung, like Pretty Woman is another one of these myths. He might go down to the bottom rung, but what he'll do is...
Another movie that, this rich, successful Wall Street guy is going to find, what was Jennifer Roberts? Kind of like an honest hoe, you know what I mean? And wife her up, move up into high society with him, And so... we have to understand when we see these type of movies, it's a team of writers sitting there writing these fairy tales out from beginning, middle, and end so that they absolutely package perfectly, right? But we have to watch them and enjoy these movies and then come back into reality. Because in reality, the credits don't roll. There is no happily ever after. There is no limousine at the bottom of the steps with roses. It generally runs its course where, they just run their course.
Till put
And
her
it ain't
up on
always
game.
happily
This is
ever
how you
after.
need to do. This is how you clean up. This is how you act. Don't say nothing. Look at me before you speak. And then if she get put on game, she gets to stick around. If she says, man, I'm tired of all this acting. I just want to be myself. People like real people. And then you got to kick her out. You be like, you got to go. Because, yeah, people do like real people, but not in my world. We like fake people. This is too opposite. Here we go right here. Let's go ahead and put the volume up. Listen to this right here.
I'm in my element. I got my queen on board. Of course I feel cool. I'm the coolest guy in this harbor. That shit. It's so beautiful. Let's go.
God, so fun.
Can I take a picture with you?
You want to take a picture with me?
Yeah.
You can take a picture with me. Come on. You want to take a picture? Yes. Oh, you want to take a picture too? Both of us. Yes. There we go right there.
Or a video?
And a video? Yes, okay, video.
Say hi.
What's going on? Everybody in Slovakia.
Yeah. We go live on Twitch.
We're on live on Twitch. You gonna take a picture? Come on. She gonna take a picture too. All right, you can go. You're taking a picture.
Thank you very much.
There you go. This man Klay is in love. See what they try to do as men. What they try to do to men is they try to make you believe, and this does happen, but they try to make you believe that a dude just gonna fall in love. He just gonna fall in love and he can't help himself. He gonna give up everything, all the 304s, all the women in his life, all the action, all the white women, and he just in love. This man Klay is in love. You see how the love is capitalized? He's just in love. He's just in love. He's just so head over heels. Nope. No. Shout out to Hustle Every Day gifting a tier 1 sub. I'm gonna give it. This man Klay is just in love. When you fall in love, you're basically doing something stupid, and that's what they're saying. He's so stupid, dumb in love that look at what he's doing. He's like, this is everything. I'm in my element. I got my queen. I got a boat. And
that's not talked about. That's not really being talked about much. But I'm sure with his family, especially his dad, being an NBA player, he kind of knows the ins and outs of, women coming around money. But also, I'm sure his family told him to watch out because of the situation she had with Tory Lanez. That situation wasn't all the way clear on who the victim was and how she got shot in the foot. Not to say he had any reason to shoot or anybody had any reason to brandish any gun and shoot anybody, but it wasn't a clear, damsel in distress situation. And I think it came out that another female shot her and they both decided to blame it on him and there was some abuse. But all of that type of like hood shit, you know what I'm saying, is the type of shit that he would be warned off from getting, seriously involved with. Like if he a little bit liked her, right? The influence from his family and maybe his mom and others around would be strong enough to say, look, this is not the road you should go down once you get tangled up with this type of female. Nothing wrong with her, but her behavior, right? You can't change people's behavior, right? You can't change. So, if you just want to be a savior and rescue every person, every female, and their behavior is dragging you down, you got to distance yourself. Because their behavior can lead to you being in trouble with the law. It can lead to you losing money because she don't know how to keep her mouth shut. You know what I mean? There's a contrast of personalities. And I had that when I was younger because I, dated kind of like more hood females, right? When I was younger. And they was cute and all that. But since I kind of was like a preppy type, you know what I'm saying? We would get into some shit and I might get into some shit with somebody for them over some shit they started. And instead of going right to fighting, I might, squash the beef and whatever, right? So a chick from the hood might look at that as weakness, when you just being more intelligent with the situation. It don't mean you can't handle yourself and protect her, but it means that you don't need to be going down every rabbit hole that every loudmouth partner, loudmouth woman, instigating ass female get you into. It's not smart on you. So, I can see them liking each other for a little bit, but Klay don't seem like the type to jump in no hood shit. It just ain't in his repertoire, and it don't have to be. But with some of these trauma bonded or trauma bonded ass females, you know, that think, you know, trauma and toxicity in a relationship means real love, you know, at the while, you know, they're gonna start to see that as boring. So you're not a match. Your worlds ain't a match. And like I said, the credits don't roll and y'all don't live happily ever after. The real life comes in and y'all be like, damn, our outlooks on life, our background, our social status don't match. You know, maybe it was fun to have a little fun, but we don't match. You know, and it's okay to recognize that and not be in la la land.
I'm in my element. I got my queen on board. Of course I feel cool. I'm the coolest.
Yeah, I'm the coolest dude because I got a queen. Look, oh my goodness. What in the world is this right here, bro? What the hell? Oh my God.
No way.
Because there's so much in play here. She's older. She's successful.
Is she older?
She been already ran through. She in her that shoe phase.
I was about to say,
and
man.
Klay's just going to look past all that history.
And that's you.
You're going to look past it because he's so in love. This is what they want to make you believe. I didn't believe it. He's older than her. Well, he should be. But she older. She 30. You know what that means. She been in the industry. You know what that means. You already know what that means.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
If you didn't know.
What that mean?
That means. All right. I'm in my element. I'm in love.
Guy in this harbor, that's what I do. Look, it's so beautiful. Let's go.
Let me just say something about people like Klay. Klay is faker than a $3 bill. I ain't trying to hate. I'm not trying to hate. Because I ain't trying to hate on Megan Thee Stallion. But I know dudes like Klay. Klay faker than a $3 bill. What comes out of Klay's mouth more likely gonna be a lie. You know, light skins end up in this situation. They gotta front and fake it. They've been fronting and faking all their lives. Klay faker than a $3 bill. He don't know nothing else but the lie to fit in. This reminds me of Russell Wilson with Sierra. This is a complete mismatch. It's Russell Wilson Sierra 2.0. She's the extrovert, the highly sexual person. He overlooks her past, even becomes a stepdad, marries her, and now he the goofball. But Klay a whole problem out here, man. Klay out here, he a dog, he a mutt, allegedly. You know Klay a dog in a mutt. He ain't no relationship material. When was the last time he was in a relationship? And then with Megan Thee Stallion, he was only there for what?
God, so far,
Can I get some Megan on the beat?
Yep, faker than a $3 bill, bro. That's a fake man right there. He don't even know how to act. Like, look, blink twice. Blink twice, Klay. Can I get some Megan on the beat? Corny. Just fake. He fake. You know, he ain't even enjoying this shit. He just hamming it up for the camera. Hey, record this shit right here. Record this shit right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the reason why you don't trust social media. Because, you know, while y'all are supposed to be out having fun on the yacht, boat, whatever, you know, you got to have the camera set up just right, get the angle just right. Okay, I'm finna do this now. Get this on camera. Somebody get this while I'm reaching around. While we kiss, somebody get it just right in the right angle. So you can't trust that shit. That's why you can't trust reality TV and all that. When if you are really living your life, you're not, you know, carrying your camera everywhere. You know, a documentary or something, right? But you can tell when things are staged. And, you know, hey, no doubt that they had fun in their relationship. But a lot of the shit that you saw on their social media was staged. It was for the likes. You know, her and him on the golf course staged. You know, I'm so in love with my baby. You know what I'm saying? That's corny. If you is in love with your baby, be in love with your baby. You don't need to have hearts and likes. You know what I'm saying? With everything y'all do. Cause then when y'all split, then everybody want to go take all the pictures and shit down. So you know what I mean? It's fake.
Why, big up my queen. Look at that. Ooh. Faker than a $3 bill. That's a fake man right there, bro. That's a fake man. Yeah. This dude ain't in no love and don't make it. Look, hey man, cause look. Just look, let me tell you something. Okay? Niggas always
gotta show they teeth.
You know what this smile reminds me of? You know what this smile reminds me of? This smile reminds me of when you're around certain type of white people, like
right.
the lovey and the lovey and for older men like me, we know Gilligan's Island. They had the rich couple. I think the woman name was Lovey. I don't remember what the man name is. When white people get around you and they really don't know how to handle you, and they just be looking at you like this, and then when you look at them, they be like, they don't want to say something because when they start talking, they might slip and say some racist-ish. So they be like, hi, I'm happy to be around you. I'm totally comfortable. I'm smiling, you see.
Bet.
They get around you like, hi. Where are you from? Are you from around here? I mean, you could totally live here. I mean, hi.
You play basketball, don't you?
Glad to have you here in our neighborhood.
Are you a basketball player?
Do you
Football
live here?
player?
I mean, you could totally be living here. I mean,
it's possible.
She tried to cook. Remember when she tried to cook for Klay? Remember when she tried to cook for Klay? All right, and she just, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do nothing in between. All right, and then she tried to.
What's up, y'all? So Klay had never.
She tried to make this nigga some spaghetti.
Was that her that said that? I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this right. Well, that was actually Cardi B that said that, but you know, that was her Road Dogg, right? You know, they did several songs together, so they was both in that same vein. But whatever the fuck that is she cooked, don't look good. That's probably why she got dogs. She can't cook.
Wait a minute, let me turn this down. She tried to make this nigga some spaghetti and some damn fried chicken. And look at that. What is this? Catfish and spaghetti? Okay.
Right.
I'm always hungry. All I spend my money on is food. Papa John.
When you cook, you gotta know how to make a plate. You gotta know how to have a main dish. And then have sides like greens and potatoes to go with the meat and all that. You know, fish and potatoes, they look like a short order plate or something that you would make a little kid. You know what I mean? They don't go together. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and I wish they go in tighter on his face. He look like baby, you're good.
America's best money on is food. Papa John's, McDonald's, America's best food.
What is that biscuit over there? What is that? What is that? A Hawaiian roll?
That's a Hawaiian roll,
bro.
That ain't no homemade biscuit.
Paschetti. That's paschetti. That ain't even spaghetti, bro. That's paschetti with some catfish. Klay was like, bro, what in the world? Who eats this shit? She probably poured sugar on it and all kind of shit. Syrup. I don't even see no pasta. That's all pasta sauce. He was like, what is this, pasta? She was like, no, it's paschetti. And then she put the period blood in it. Don't ask me how I know, but that's...
I was just about to go there. I try to keep from going there. If y'all heard that you're not supposed to eat red sauce, you know, from a woman, you know, if it's, you know, supposed to be a curse or some, you know, some Creole, some voodoo shit. You know what I mean? You ain't supposed to eat red sauce. You could probably, you know, put some period blood in it, make you fall deeper in love with some, you know, superstitious shit. I don't know. But They ain't been together that long. I'd be like, man, we ain't been together that long for no red sauce now.
That's how they girls do it down south. That's how them girls do it from Houston to New Orleans to Baton Rouge to Jackson, Mississippi, all the way to Birmingham, Alabama, all the way down to the Georgia-Florida line. This is how Megan Thee Stallion tried to win Klay over.
Check bro face out, man. Pictures worth
Alabama,
Let me
all the way down to the Georgia-Florida line. This is how Megan
Check bro face out, man. If that ain't the most, baby, this is good. Looking ass face. What you put in this? Meat? You put meat in this? Oh, it's okay. It's good.
Stallion tried to win Klay over with the mystery meat Pasquetti with the period blood. This right here was when Klay knew when he set up and he pulled that tray. She got the ghetto trays, bruh. Look. She got the, look at this, bruh. She got the ghetto trays, bruh.
Hey, homie, I got them trays too.
You gotta remember, when I told you the mythology that these women gonna end up dirt poor and they gonna end up with a rich man, not if they don't change. Look, see, we knew this wasn't gonna last, bruh. He was there for the clout. This is her being a loudmouth. She is drag, y'all. Look, hey, it's okay, ladies. She just
got
drag.
totally different demeanors and attitude. You can see it written all over his face that, hey, you know, she for a good time, not a long time, right? And being yourself and all that. Yeah, be yourself. You know what I mean? But sometimes people don't fit. And all of that kind of loud shit at the table and all that. That's for hood niggas. That's for niggas with tattoos all over their face and goals in their mouth and all of that. That's the style that she's become accustomed to and, you know, her fans are accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? A dude like Klay ain't really, you know, they ain't really evenly yoked, you know. Both of them are well known and they famous, but you know, they're on two different wealth levels, two different class levels, you know. And so it's evident here, you know, that, you know, he kind of faking it through like, man, damn, you know, we public now, so I gotta, you know, pretend to be the good guy, but it's like, damn, what have I got myself into?
Was never meant to date that high up on the hall. Nah. Look, hey man, classism is real, bro. She was never.
You know what I'm saying? Look, you know, and even me, my woman is classy. You know, she cool. She know how to have fun. But all this loud at, girl, look at my nails. Play it louder. All that old shit, man, is irritating. You know what I'm saying? I can see that's irritating ass shit. You know, these type of like Megan Thee Stallion acting like that and shit. You be like, damn, do you ever turn off? I know you always turned up and turned off. But do you ever turn off? Do you ever power down and just be yourself and just be cool? Or is it always up with you? You get irritated. A lot of people that you come around that seem like they always on. They always trying to be overly funny. Or they always trying to be overly, you know, seen. You know, it should get irritating. You know what I'm saying? So when you with somebody like that, that should be like, damn, man, do you turn down? Do you turn off? You know, it get exhausted.
To date that high. And classism is real, bro. She was never meant to date that high. And look at him. He is embarrassed. Just sit there and look pretty. Be seen, not heard. I know that's hard to do. Yeah, somebody says, well, look, her frontal lobe ain't developed, probably, bro. But this crazy. Look at everybody else. They sit there, you know. I know it's whack, it's boring. And look at Klay like, oh my Lord, dude. He like, I can't believe this.
Can you shut the fuck up?
Oh my. Really?
No. Klay like, I'm finna. When we get home, I'm finna whip this bitch ass.
There's too much evidence to even. You just side with Klay. You gotta side with Klay. Way too much
Klay
evidence.
like, wait till we get home.
She was not ready. She was not ready to be with
And
a
like,
guy
like, wait till we
way
get home.
too much evidence, dude. There's no way.
Alright, man, that wrapped up. Let's wrap that up. You know what I'm saying? That was a good video, you know, by my man CGA, you know, breaking it down. But I'll just say again that, you know, real life ain't no fairy tale, right? And you don't want to shit on people's dreams, but you also have to, you got to read the tea leaves in life sometimes, man. And you got to know when you evenly yoked, when you're not evenly yoked. And evenly yoked doesn't always mean money. It just means you're from two different worlds. You're from two different understandings. And it might take you, even if one day she becomes this, you know, classy woman, you're not going to do it just by meeting the dude. You know, it takes years, you know, for you to really grow up. And it doesn't seem like, you know what I'm saying, as far as like maturity-wise, she comes off as real immature, real goofy, which is okay because most of her fans are immature and goofy. And that's how she got her money, is by selling to them. But everybody isn't on their time. And this is kind of like a culture clash. And I didn't think it was going to last long, and it didn't. Not because, you know, I wish ill on anybody, but I could just read the tea leaves. But I'm going to wrap it up. I'm not going to just keep on going on. If you like the video, hit like, subscribe. If you disagree, jump in the comments. You know, tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me if you know unevenly yoked couple that's working has been working for years. Hey, let me know. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know this video wrong. You know, let me know my perspective on. And let's have a discussion. Take it easy.